Scottsbluff National Monument. It's got a museum inside. There's a ranger out in costume along the old Oregon Trail, and you can walk it, and he'll be out there to tell you what life was like as you walk down the Oregon Trail. The only disappointment is the shuttle service that used to take you up to the top so you could hike down. Seems to have shut down during COVID, but nobody updated anything on it. So here at Scottsbluff, right behind the visitor center, is the Saddle Rock Trail. And it is supposedly 1 2/3 mile long with an elevation gain of 435 feet. The park lists it as strenuous, but it takes you up to the top of the bluff, and we're going to give it a go. So the Saddle Rock Trail appears to be at this time completely asphalt. It's a harder hike, but you get good grip. You don't have to worry about slipping. We're starting to hit more significant elevation now, and eventually we'll go up the side of that hill to a tunnel. And the tunnel takes you through to complete the rest of the trail. So there's a nice flat spot up here so you can catch your breath before you make the long ascent up to the tunnel. So we're way up here, coming up the path. We still have a little ways to go, but the views up here are really cool. Even though it's a hard hike, it's going to be worth it. So my understanding is that they were digging a test tunnel to see if they could make one for a car entrance to the top of the bluffs, and for whatever reason this didn't work, but they left the tunnel here and created a footpath to the top. So we've been listening to the audio story. As you go up, there are numerous places where you call a phone number and you can hear the story of what you're actually walking on and seeing. And we've just been told that after we've come out of the tunnel that we're going to have a series of steep switchbacks to get to the top of Saddle Peak, or whatever, Saddle Mountain. Well, the first two switchbacks haven't been what I would consider steep, so we'll see if it gets any worse. So we're coming up on the end of the trail. The Park Service calls this a strenuous hike. I can't say that I agree with that. Yeah, we think it's, both of us think if it's moderate. I think the trail itself is what makes it moderate. There's no boulder hopping. There's no slick sand, mud, anything like that. It's an easy walking trail. It's got great grip. So I think that in itself makes it moderate. Some amazing views up here at the top. So we're still at Scottsbluff, and there's a section showing the old Oregon Trail. The first wagon you see is a Studebaker, the second one was a Murphy, and the third one down here is the famous Conestoga, which almost was completely unused on the Oregon Trail. It was just way too big and heavy and expensive. So most people use Murphys or Studebakers. So I am walking on a section of the original Oregon Trail. You can see that there's a pathway, not the one that's been created, but there's a pathway where both sides of the ground rise up next to it, and that's from the wagons coming through here and pushing down the ground to make this trough. Like 500,000 people ish would have come through here on the Oregon Trail, the California Trail, and the Mormon Trail. It's kind of amazing to think back about all those people and the bravery that they displayed in taking this amazing trip. And they've been having the easy time till they got here in mid-June or early July. From here they head towards the Rockies and the real difficulties.